Hello everyone, Ace here, and in case you couldn't tell, I have figured out Speedpaints. So the way I'm planning to do this is, since I can't animate that well in Krita, I'll do Speedpaint on my D&D characters, and a voiceover explaining their backstory, personalities, and other things such as fighting styles. Similar things will be done in the campaign sessions, where I draw something important that happened. For the speed paint, I was debating on drawing my first OC because it's my first speed paint, or my current D&D character since D&D is my username. I went with my current D&D character. Meet Torinn Norixious. He's my Dragonborn sorcerer of the Wild Magic subclass. He is the tallest one in the party at 7'1", and he is 4th level. He grew up in a town I made up called Shirok with his parents and brother Lyath. Side note, Lyath is actually played by my friend in the campaign. When he was 15, his parents were exiled for their wild magic. During Shirok's early years, one of its leaders was badly wounded from wild magic, so it's been banned since. Soon after, Lyath went missing. As the years went by, Torinn met a silver dragonborn he really liked named Kriv, and they got together. One day when they were training, Torinn's wild magic came to life, and he badly poisoned Kriv. Torinn knew either way he was going to be exiled from Shirok, so he packed what he could and ran. Eventually he found Lyath again, and the Cave Dwellers campaign began. Now most of Cave Dwellers is gonna need its own video because it was wild. That pun was absolutely intended. Now Torinn is very kind and protective of his friends and family, and is utterly calm in fights most of the time. He intimidates when needed, having an 18 charisma. And he likes keeping secrets. Now in a fight, he will use his magic and daggers, even though he has a mace. He prefers not to rush into a fight and go in with a plan. Torinn will also get in the middle of a bunch of enemies, then send them flying with a quick thunder wave. It's one of the most effective strategies I've discovered. Some wild magic shenanigans that happened to him are his hair falling out, but he has scales. And him growing 10 inches taller. That's how he became 7'1". I think some of my favorite moments while playing him was him Thanos snapping a marvel out of existence with a single tap. It was most likely an illusion. And narrowly escaping a room full of monsters with invisibility. Guess I should talk about the speed paint now. I wanted to have a nice ready-to-fight pose for Torinn, so I have magic that's about to go wild in one hand, and his mace at the ready in the other. For the background, I did a cave opening because I felt that fit the theme, and let's face it, it does. And added a faint pride flag and blended that in. I think I pulled it off well. I'm not good at backgrounds. Also, at the beginning, if it seemed like I traced the pose, I actually sketched the pose out on paper before I went digital, so I snapped a picture and used it as a reference. I also did the background and sketch before I started recording, so that's why it's there. The writing in the top right, by the way, is actually Torinn's name in the Dragonic script, and I think that added a nice, dungeon-y feel to it, which, let's face it, it does. Torinn's character design isn't based off of anything much. It's my personal OC, although his eyes are based off some of the white cats you see where they have 2 different colored eyes, which I just think is funny because he does not act like a cat at all. Well, that should be it from me. Hope you enjoyed the speed paint, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Hopefully, that should be Minecraft. Sky's the limit with your imagination, everyone.